Mm.
then maybe somebody, like, you'll have your portfolio and you'll say, this is the kind of stuff I do, and the person might be like, oh, actually, yeah, here's money, here's a wall, make something that you like that's in this vibe, and I'm cool with it, but there's just always, that's what's cool about art, is like, you don't know anything. You don't know. You're just literally
Eh,
making stuff up out of thin air. It's so cool. And like, that's the same thing with lifting too. You're making stuff up. You're making up muscles that weren't there, like you're building stuff that was not there before. And it's just so cool.
you realize that's everything in life is made up.
Yeah.
Like we are, and so that's we I think we get this because of the neuroscience approach. Like I think we understand that everything that we do, whether it's movement or speech or vision or all of the sensories, our emotions, our ability to label anything or create art, is all a creative act. Like
Hmm.
it's not, we're not reacting to the world, we're actually creating the world and then trying to find out if we're right. So
Hmm.
that's the whole, yeah. So what you're talking about in terms of a painting or a sculpture or a piece of art, that's, I love it because that is our whole life.
Hmm.
That people just, it's just hard for people to get on board with the idea that what I'm seeing right now, I've actually constructed that image in my brain.
Yeah.
It may or may not be 100% accurate.
Yeah. And
uh,
that's why I
and
like, yeah, go ahead.
and so it's all that, you know how I keep on saying everything's a prediction.
Hmm.
Yeah, it really is,
Yeah. And
because
that's why
we don't know and we need to find out. So go.
you need to just get strong and make some art, then you'll figure stuff out.
Right, easy.
And I think, you know, strength training can get like a bad rap when people, and I don't want to say do it wrong because that's not exactly what I mean, but when people don't honor their capacity or, their current season of life, and they do
Mm-hmm.
something that they say is strength training and it doesn't fit with their current season or capacity, they say strength training sucks, or strength
Oh,
training
yeah.
deregulated my nervous system, or strength training ruined this, or my posture sucks because of strength training, or whatever. And I think if you zoom out and look at, first I'd be like, well, what did you do? You know,
Mm-hmm.
well, what were you doing? And like, for how long? Like, how many, whatever. Did you sleep well the night before? Have you been sleeping well? Like, are you eating well enough? Like, all these kind of things. And I think it's just this idea that things are good or bad or whatever. And it's just
Yep.
like,
Yeah, that
why do we have to do
fixedness that.
this?
Yeah.
So,
Have you ever seen that cup of tea thing about consent?
no.
No. Oh, maybe
No.
that's an Australian thing. That was really cool. It was really, really cool. Just the idea that when you call something one thing once, that it stays that way, but it never does. So it was
Huh.
like the idea that would you like a cup of tea? Just because you've said yes to a cup of tea before doesn't mean you want one now. Just
Mm.
because you wanted a certain type of cup of tea last time doesn't mean you want it this time. And so it's a
Mm.
really, I think it was a really great analogy for consent for young people. But
Mm.
I thought it was like a really great example of how the world actually works. Um,
Yeah.
and sort of that idea that strength training is just one thing, or that one thing is only one thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think is
Yeah.
very dangerous because it does change depending on context and what's
Mm-hmm.
happened before or what's going on at the time. And to say one thing is just one thing. I always, I don't know how people, I do know how people can get to it. I just don't like that conclusion that, well, it's like
Yeah.
this and it can only be like this.
Yeah.